Hello, everybody, and welcome to the ECU ES Riot Rumble. We are back at it again, the final game of the semester. Just trying to inform the teams of a rule that we didn't get to type before the game started. So, this is the most important game of the semester because it's the last one, and it actually has pretty big implications. I'm here with Beethoven, my boy, and this is the final regular season game before semi-finals brackets start. If Coldplays win this game, they cinch the final spot in semi-finals, which I thought they already had, but forgot that they didn't. And if Fast FF wins, they get to play a tiebreaker game against Coldplays again for the final spot. But the downside is, if Coldplays wins, there is also a three-way tie for second place.
Amazing tiebreakers everywhere.
So I want them to win because, I don't know, I like them. I don't really mind either team winning and making semis, but if they win, there's more tiebreakers, and I don't know if the streaming team can handle that. Siebes is my response, pretty much.
Streaming team is just me, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. So, classic bans, adjacent, two of his champs are gone, Lord Fury and Zudia is gone, and Minge's Draven is gone. He's never gotten to play this champion, by the way, so far. So
Thought he did, didn't he? Oh wait, no, maybe I was thinking of someone else.
He's only had 2 games, and it's not really been happening. But he played well, I think. So
yeah, he did pretty well in. Was it Lucian that he did?
His win was on Caitlyn.
Caitlyn. Oh yeah.
And he stomped lane, but then he got killed a lot mid game because Fruitcake was playing Zed. So I mean that's fair enough, really.
Yeah.
And the Amumu locked in. This champion is OP. I don't know why they're banning Udyr. Just because Lord Furion plays Udyr, no, ban Amumu.
I mean, last time when Lord Furion was given Udyr for free, he didn't really pick it. He just ended up going with Kayn instead. I think that's how it was. And then Kyle, Pale Archer, ended up taking Udyr. I think that's how was that game.
That was virtually the, nail in the coffin or whatever, but I don't think the Udyr ban makes any sense. I think you should ban Amumu because he's both played it, and it's way stronger than Udyr right now.
Yeah.
In a lot of team comps.
It actually has a gap closer.
But this is exciting. Pre-Lord Germ is on not Udyr, and he's also not on another boring champ. He picked Nunu. It's the first time I've seen him pick that, to my knowledge anyway. I haven't casted all the games. So.
Yeah, this is his first time picking it. He usually ends up picking, I think it was a movie as well.
But yeah, I mean, hey, that's super interesting. Haven't seen him play that, so let's see how that goes. It'd be nice to see him branch out to new junglers, so... That's cool. And Incursio got his Yasuo, so...
Better watch out for that Yasuo, haha. Yeet.
And I've played against this. It's what our only loss against their team
that one
was...
game.
This pick is strong on him. He's really good at Yas. And I found it, harder to play against than anything else he's played in my games.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's a good matchup. Because Mick is generally lower skill and will probably pick, Ari or something and kind of, I think they'll be fine.
Go Oriana, because that one is a bit better than
Yeah,
Ari.
I would pick Ori here for sure.
Or else he'll go Zoe, just for the one-shots for everyone else other than Yasuo, if he can't land it on him.
Yeah, and they've drafted Jinx in the first round, and the bans were Veigar, Morgana. Morgana, I don't think Mick's going to play Morg mid, and the support was already picked, I think, so...
Yeah, Zyra's been picked as support.
And they just locked in Volibear for adjacent, so...
Jason's going in.
That's pretty fun. Volibear's actually, I think he's a counter to Aatrox, because you interrupt his dash with double damage, and then you flip him so that his Qs are, harder to land.
Yeah. And also, you can just eat him for maximum damage.
Yeah, so I mean, we're on an interesting patch. There's some buffs and nerfs, but the biggest thing that happened recently was the Yuumi release and Yuumi hotfixes, and those don't matter because we can't play them on this patch, so...
Yeah, I think we could play it. Wait, was it every patch or like a few weeks after their release?
Yeah, the patch after the release, it is playable, so... I mean, we could try and edit the rule maybe, but I think it's fine, and they've locked in... Varus Lulu, that's kind of an old Season 7 lane right there.
It looks like Mick's opting for Ahri.
Yeah, Mick going for the Ahri, kind of expected that.
Oh wait, no, that's Aatrox mid with Yasuo top. Oh, Volibear would just end up destroying Yasuo anyway, so should be fine. Because Volibear can also interrupt Yasuo's dashes with his own E and Q. That's only if he doesn't get hit a ton by his Q.
Did not expect Yasuo to be the top laner, but I mean, hey, I mean they might troll and just trade at last second. So
maybe. I mean, Incursio played Aatrox last time and he did pretty decently, so he might do it again.
Yeah, he has like played it. He's played really good on Aatrox and on Yas, so can't really complain. So
yeah, exciting
game, high stakes game. We'll be back with you guys in a few minutes to talk about the beginning of the game and the opener. And I will see you soon for hopefully way too much action for me to cast. Hello everybody and welcome back to the ECU ES Riot Rumble Fast FF versus Coldplay's final game of the regular season. We do apologise for the delay. We had a discussion about an in-game ruling. As you may notice, there's been a bit of a lane swap. We have a ruling where top and mid can swap around, and Incursio and Horny Vinter have decided to take note of that as trading already happening in the bot lane. Lucidity hitting level 2 first.
Yep.
So, pretty exciting game. We've got Voli versus Incursio up here.
Volibear should do well against this.
Yeah, the Aftershock will help him trade, but Incursio does have Conqueror proc there, so Adjacent tries to pull out.
Adjacent not being manly, so he's not going Conqueror.
Yeah. He has technically won that trade because he has his passive heal is like a lot stronger. So, assumingly they get into a big fight that's stronger, but over the course of the lane, Aatrox's heal will be more impactful.
Yeah, plus Aatrox's heal got changed. I'm not heal, his passive got changed, so it doesn't apply grievous wounds anymore.
Yeah, that's very good, because that would be a bit of a problem for Voli, but I assume that's why Voli was picked, because they knew about that change.
Yeah.
I hope.
Plus, you can just flip him when he tries to Q, so easy clap.
Yeah, I feel like the attempt is a counter, sort of as if how Hecarim counters Aatrox, that you can use your mobility stuff to stay out of his Qs and displace him.
Yeah. It looks like Nunu's just trying to search to see if there's Krugs available, or going for a gank soon.
Yeah, Nunu will probably be looking to gank Adjacent World in the top lane. They want Incursio to be able to carry this game, as he has in the past, highest ELO player in the tournament, so you do obviously want to try and get your laner quite a few kills.
Indeed. But looks like he just decides not to, because he's already getting... Adjacent's already getting shoved on the tower, and Prelor he just doesn't know if he can actually do the dive well, so he doesn't want to actually attempt it.
And I expected Adjacent would have issues in this lane early, just because he will probably get shoved under, but he's healthier than he looks because of his passive, and as long as he doesn't get bursted, his passive will protect him, so he's actually sitting on reasonable CS. That's all he really needs to do in this lane, is avoid death and get as much CS as he can.
Yep, as he currently gets slapped.
Damage, a flash under, and first blood comes through before Volibear's passive can heal him up. Fantastic flash play with Ignite from Incursio. No flash from Adjacent.
Guess he wasn't expecting that.
He thought he would survive that hit and would be able to flip him, and it just didn't work out. And Prelord Germ gets found out by the CC as we speak. Mick picks up a kill for his own team.
That's not how a Nunu should be ganking. Should be using a snowball.
Should be looking for good vertical jungling possibilities at the start, really, but...
Yeah, or at least using his snowball to engage and just walk through if he isn't able to.
Oh, and a fight opens up in the bot lane. They're currently Kelsolite rooted up. She will survive, but very low. Yeah, I agree. And the fact that Amumu is higher CS and is stealing his camps is like unheard of, because Amumu is supposed to be bad at this. And here comes Amumu into the mid lane, actually. Level 4 lands the charm flash from Mick, but that's not going to be enough damage. Surely Horny Vinter's flash will come, and here is the enemy jungler. He's rolling that snowball, manages to find a target. The Yasuo ultimate comes out. Vinter is going in. Mick is very low. Pops the barrier. He surely will fall, and Lord Furion bandage tosses himself to safety.
Well, you know, the Nunu gank ended up fine, I guess, to win.
Yeah, nice rolling it down mid there to get the ultimate for Yasuo, but Nunu picks up the kill, which is a little unfortunate because Ahri will still probably have a little bit of a gold advantage in lane. Oh, actually, no, Yasuo has considerable CS lead as well, so...
Yeah.
We do see that the gold is very close, but slightly in favor of Yasuo.
Mm-hmm. Now, yeah. Currently, like about a 13 CS difference right now.
Yeah, it seems like a very aggressive play in mid too. Like
yeah.
that flash charm without really having much damage seemed a little bit unwarranted. I don't know.
Yeah, probably should have just used his ult charm or just let it go instead of attempting to go through, because Nunu did just spawn and he could either be running to his jungle or just snowballing it down.
Here comes Adjacent World, flipping Incursio into his minion wave. Incursio now will pop his ultimate, but remember, no revive is free for Aatrox, but he is getting a lot of damage, and the flash away means nothing. Adjacent World flashes far too late and gets solo killed a second time.
Here
comes a nice charm from Mick, but the Yasuo ultimate is back up, and Mick's gonna be able to use his ultimate to get away, but goes back up. Well, he does lose a lot of lane pressure there, but he manages to survive.
Yeah, unlucky from Adjacent. I saw him eat a minion and then end up auto-attacking a minion again, so that kind of screwed him up.
Yeah, that not great, and I mean, Bramble Vest be damned. Incursio did not take a lot of damage there, and now his Ignite is back up and available, so...
Yeah, so he'll be looking for that cheesy kill again, like last time. That's just how it is when you verse a lane bully like Aatrox.
Yeah, I think some misplays from Adjacent, some really late flashes. Late flash, and the first one he just didn't flash in time at all and died. So I think he's just underestimating Aatrox's damage potential in these fights and is flashing a little bit too late at that second one.
Yeah.
If he'd have flashed even to the side of the Aatrox empowered Q, like the third Q, you could continue the fight maybe, and Mick eating some more damage. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's still looking good for Cold Plays. They've got some CS lead in the bot lane, so... Just
in bot... and jungle as well.
And jungle sort of has a CS lead, but...
Jason's looking for a gank.
Cheeky little gank. I mean, this is very dangerous for Mick if he gets knocked up by Yasuo with the ultimate available. So they do have to be a bit concerned about that possibility.
Yeah, but otherwise, it's just they can't really do much.
Yeah, Cold Plays are about 1k behind, and all of that is coming from basically Incursio, who is 2k ahead of his laner, so a lot of gold lead in the top lane there. Well, a 1.8k ahead of his laner.
Yeah, still a lot.
And here was a massive fight. Lucidity actually eating the damage. Lulu ultimate comes out. Zyra ultimate comes out. One player manages to dodge, but the Comet will bring him down, and a Kel'Thuzad will be sapped to death. Great fight from Lucidity.
A bit
manages
iffy.
to avoid death.
a bit iffy because he wasn't auto-attacking back.
The start of that fight looked really bad for Cold Plays, but he flashes away and really Liv makes it happen. An ultimate in the mid lane. Yasuo finds the last breath, but gets charmed into the tower aggro. Mick has found the solo kill onto Horny Vinter. And another solo kill might happen top lane. Adjacent does flip him into the tower aggro, but that is one strong Aatrox.
Indeed. But yeah, going back to the Jinx one, Jinx wasn't actually auto-attacking at all until, like, she was super low and realized she could actually auto-attack while being rooted. And and Cursor is probably going to attempt the dive if he ends up landing one of his Qs.
Yeah, he lands the first part and adjacent. Well, oh, a nice actual stopwatch from adjacent, but he goes back in and Incursio finds the kill. Nice flash ignite from Incursio. Brings him down. That's a tilter.
Indeed it is. He was not expecting the flash to be back up at that time, not tracking it, and also just not expecting it, I believe.
Yeah, but with no flash of his own, there was virtually no way out of that one.
Yeah, plus
very nice
has
play.
no gap closes.
Yeah, very, very heads-up play from Incursio.
Well
really
done
starting
from
to
him.
get a huge lane in lead lane, a huge lead in top lane so far, and has also cinched 3 turret plating, so lots of gold for him from that as well.
Yeah, Adjacent's gonna need a lot of jungle pressure if he wants to get anything, but it's a bit too late because I think Incursor could probably 2v1 them by this point.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, in bot lane, OKQT basically made that whole fight happen for Lucidity in the last engage. Yeah. He got a nice flash away and she zoned him off with the ultimate and did quite a lot of damage, so she can potentially shut down Aatrox because it's kind of hard to... Like, if Aatrox doesn't dodge one of her CC, it's like hard for him to do things for quite a while. A lot of power there, and Horny Vinter going straight back in on Mick, who does have his ultimate available, doesn't use it straight away, is going to use it now after the last breath to escape. And bot lane, they do find a Kalzalat. She's also stunned up by the Amumu ult, and Minj, they do get the Lulu ult off, but he's dead as well. A double kill for OKQT.
Yikes, man. Just not enough vision. They were kind of... Wait, no, they did have vision. They just weren't expecting it because they were too tunnel visioned on the fight that they didn't notice.
They were slightly backing up, but it was too little too late. And here actually comes Yasuo and Nunu, but Yasuo had no last breath, so it's going to take him a little while. He does manage to pick up the kill. OKQT flashing away. Lucidity trying to outplay, getting the crits. He finds the kill, and Mick is here. Nunu goes down. Another double kill. Unofficial quadra for OKQT.
That was actually... alright, but Jinx had got 0 kills from that fight.
Yeah, a little unlucky, but Zyra is a champ that can do a lot with that gold, so it is okay.
Yeah.
Zyra being strong is not a bad thing, but
compared to something like a Lulu being strong.
Yeah, I mean, could probably do with a few more kills on your champ here.
Yeah, I mean, Jinx is a hyper carry, so if she got all those kills, she could just bring him down a lot quicker, but she is being delayed a bit. Just because she didn't manage to get any of those kills, but hey, they ended up fine. They have 0 deaths. Good for them. The only person that went down was the Amumu.
Yeah, and Kalzalat and that did get some push onto the tower at least as some reprieve, but they're quite the far behind in gold right now in this bot lane. And Coldplays have not only picked up a Drake, but also brought the gold lead back in their favor when it was behind earlier, so that's looking good.
Imagine not getting Drake as a Nunu level 4, lol.
And Mick not dodging the Yasuo Q was actually beneficial to his team because Yasuo had no last breath to speak of, so...
Yeah, so that was just a bit...
And a fight top lane again. Adjacent World actually finding a good fight here. Incursio going very low, but does find a lot of return damage. Adjacent World's heal is ignited away from him, so not very much healing.
Adjacent should probably have hit the minions with his ult up just to deal some long range damage. But hey, if he doesn't want to...
For a guy who is 3,000 gold to 6,000 gold, that was a pretty reasonable fight.
Yeah, almost went in his favor. Well, I mean, it kind of did, but it's just unlucky because Incursio managed to get out of tower range.
Yeah, and here comes Nunu. They could be looking for the Yasuo ultimate again, but she is charming him out of that, so nothing to be found. Prelor really liking this mid lane right now. They've tried to kill Mick so many times. And he's playing quite well this game, so...
managing to get out those sticky situations without any problems, but sometimes having to burst his ult, sometimes doesn't need to.
Yeah, and I mean, last time all he did was absorb an effective Yasuo cooldown, which worked out for his bot lane anyway, so it's been going pretty well for Mick. He does not have a CS advantage, though, and Mick now in trouble. Yasuo looking for the last breath. This time, Mick dodges it and goes in for a trade, procs the electrocute, finds reasonable damage, does eat a tower shot, but that's fine, and his team picks up a second Mountain Drake at 15 minutes, so...
Just
looking great for Coldplay's.
Yeah.
Coldplay's siege potential here, if Jinx can get onto these turrets, is really, really good.
It's just they need to actually shut down Incursio with a...
Oh, Adjacent World is dragged back and knocked up. Amumu also going for the dive, will eat some turret shots and find nothing.
Oh, that's a Nunu, not a Mumu.
I meant Nunu, but you know, Nunu, Mumu, same sound. And here they go for the dive that I did think might happen. Incursio, Adjacent, good flash, finds some CC, but will not find the kill as Incursio gets it and is reviving.
Yeah. Probably should have just full on backed off and just given them the tower and asked for maybe like the bot lane to just back off and recall and lane swap.
Yeah, probably the better idea, and they will pick up that turret, but bot lane for Coldplays will also find a turret, so not too terrible for them. But that is overall going in favor of Incursio's team Fast FF, who will find also the enemy red buff and a gold lead swinging back slightly in their favor now. Bit of a back and forth game. One team playing around bot side, the other team playing around top side.
Yeah, might as well.
And here they come. They're playing around mid again. Mick is going to get dragged back. He's going to get knocked up. Yasuo is here too, and that's another kill for Prelord Germ. Horny Vinter really is that. Please donate me a smidgen of kill to my Yasuo.
Yeah,
He does have 30 CS lead, though. I mean, what can you complain with a 30 CS lead over Yelena? Oh, and here comes Lord Furin. Nice, actually, little bandage toss trying to protect this tower. Okay, Cutie is here as well.
Nothing really gonna happen.
And we do have that lane swap we talked about now, at least.
Yeah.
A bit late on that one, but okay, Cutie actually caught out. Probably unnecessary flash. That Q was not going to land, I don't think. But
And now she has no flash.
And she goes back in, and the Cutie is found. Incursio, though, did ult a little bit too late, so he doesn't have the revive yet. It's going to go down. Gold for the Amumu. I don't know how Lucidity didn't pick it up, but he picks up a following kill. Amumu will be killed by Yasuo in return, but a 2-for-2 is definitely in their favor when they get the bounty shutdown. Although, mind you, OK Cutie had a big bounty as well, actually, so...
Yes, that was actually not that great.
Sort of even, pretty much, but a lot of gold onto it. Because the Lulu ultimate will find the knockup, but Nunu is now in trouble. Adjacent, surviving the passive. That's all you have to do, man. And Mick goes in. They find a Calzalat. They're looking for Minge. Mick almost falls. And they will find this tower.
Yes.
And now Lucidity pushing forward onto Minge. Minge taking a lot of damage. The crits, the burn. He's going to go down. A third kill. Very nice play from Coldplays. They take a semi-even fight and they turn it into a tower and 3 more kills.
Yep, this is actually looking good for Coldplays now, because even though Adjacent did kind of get destroyed early, it's just team fights, they're probably going to win it mostly. Unless if Nunu and Aatrox lands like a 5-man lockup somehow, and then Yasuo combos it.
They did, to be fair, the even fight 2v2 trade. Yeah. When Incursio went over the wall, he ulted just as OKQD died instead of just before. So if he'd ulted before, he would have the revive up and the bonus stats earlier with an extended ult duration, so he would not have died, at least not as quickly. And the fight could have looked very different, but great dive from Adjacent after tanking the tower, finding the engage, and even surviving. Jake, Lucidity picks up a lot of kills. I mean, it's a double shutdown on both sides, but Amumu found the gold, I believe, onto Aatrox, which is not great. Whereas Aatrox found the gold from OKQ.
Yeah, Amumu did, and then Lucidity picked up Nunu's bounty.
Yeah, and the bigger bounty was on Aatrox, which is a tad unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because they're looking at a real rough time for themselves now.
Not gonna be great.
Hey.
But hey, at least Jinx is ahead. Jinx ahead, then they just basically kind of win team fights a lot easily. Once he gets the Runon's Hurricane, just so then she can actually just pop him from afar.
But hey, this is we're echoing pro play here. You know, we've got two teams that looked very weak at the start of the season, looking a lot stronger now, and they are also, by all means, sort of emulating the EU-NA rivalry that's happening in MSI finals. And speaking of MSI finals, in no way possible, Incursio is getting absolutely ganged up on down here, but he does find a lot of damage. He is going to go down, though. OK Cutie picks up the kill, and they will now find more. Nunu ultimate will do nothing. Lucidity picks up the Lulu with his ultimate. Freelore, very tanky, but will surely fall. Horny Winter in the side, looking for a potential engage, but nothing he can find. Good fight from Coldplays. They all go bot, and they pick up Incursio. And now they get a third dragon, and it's an Infernal.
I guess Freelore camping top, and top kind of winning, not really that great in the end, because
it could be their key to victory, because Incursio has a lot of gold, but Lucidity almost has the same amount of gold, and he's not the only win condition for his team, so this dragon control has been really good from them.
Yeah, so this is actually very great. It's better to have like more than one, like 2 threats compared to 1, and right now their threats are kind of the Zyra, Amumu ult combo plus the Jinx.
Yeah, their team fight definitely is looking stronger so far. I mean, there's a lot of impactful ultimates on the side of Fast FF, though. If Varus can land like a multi-man ult with the CC of his team backing him up as Aatrox is going in and stuff, they could potentially find a really great turnaround team fight. And they do have the Rift Herald here to push mid, so
kind of wasted its HP gold just for that little HP turret.
Yeah, they don't want to continue pushing because they don't want a team fight again. So
yeah. They could have just placed that one bot, because bot has a lot more HP. But hey, if they want to open up mid for maybe Baron.
Oh, Incursio ults and tries to find OK Cutie. Both of them sort of waste their ultimates there, and he goes over the wall, tries to find more. Mick will find a trade. Both teams are kind of posturing here now. Their role players waiting for their jungler to come and back them up. Could be a big team fight anytime soon.
Yeah, soonish, unless they decide to go split push, but not sure if they can really. I mean, they can just drag away pressure.
Great. Mick looking to dash in, will find some damage onto Lulu, but he's eating a lot of damage as well as an engage comes in. Freelore is going to fall already. Mick does fall in return to Incursio, who is now eating damage from Lucidity. He's chasing forward. There is potential turn. Yasuo finds a 2-man knockup.
Doesn't take it.
Lord Furion looks to be the potential for the next engage. If anything more is going to happen, it might be off that bandage toss.
Hopefully it will be a good one. Maybe a 5-man ult. Because, I mean, not 5-man, 4-man. Or at least a 3-man at the moment. Because there's only 3 of them mid. Nothing else will be happening now. They're probably just going to prep. No, they don't really need to prep Baron, because they have like a ton of wards already on it. So
yeah, they could potentially bait Baron here, though. Clear some if they clear enemy vision and posture around it.
But it looks like they're just gonna shove out top, maybe get that tier 1 tower, so they can have Baron pressure sometime. Just to open up the map a bit more as well, because their top tower is still open.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting game so far. I didn't expect it to be so back and forth, but Coldplays now look to have solidified like a concrete-ish lead, and they are finding more gold in this top tower. So as long as a team fight doesn't disastrously go against them and they lose Baron, it looks like an easier way to win. Freelore flashing out adjacent, flashes onto him, tried to hit the plant maybe there, but doesn't find it. But Freelore, despite his tankiness, will probably fall here. It's taking him a while. The ultimate finds a lot of damage. Adjacent will fall. Lord Furion is in the back, though. Actually dealing with the enemy backline, forces a flash from Minge. Good plays from Furion as Incursio tries to find more. His ultimate is going to expire before he picks up the kill, and here is Furion trying to save Mick. Noble sacrifice, but Mick misses the charm and is going to fall as well.
Yikes, that's one giant Aatrox. It's like legit the Aatrox and the Zyra route ended up covering with Aatrox being that giant, covered the screen as well.
Yeah, there is no way they can afford to back here, right? They both need to contest this. Okay, Beauty cancels the back. Calcilat, Minge and Horny Winter are reasonably low, and Aatrox has no ult. This is a potential contest.
So long
They
as
find some
Jinx doesn't get
damage,
hit.
but they only find the damage onto Incursio, not onto anyone else just yet. Incursio, Minge getting low. Here comes the pre-law. Hard to outsmite a Nunu's Chomp Smite. And they will
Unless if
back
he
off
screws
that
it up.
Baron, so...
But yeah, it looks like they're
Good
just
enough.
going to back off.
They delay it long enough that the enemy team is not able to get it, and with two Mountains and a Infernal Drake, there's a lot of potential for Coldplays to melt this Baron right now. So if they
Yeah.
find a semi-reasonable fight and kill the Nunu and maybe the Aatrox and that's it, they can definitely melt Baron as long as Jinx is alive.
Uh-huh. But they can also just drag him to bot and just
Oh yeah,
bait it out
absolutely.
to get Baron. But it looks like they're not going to do that. They're going to just aim Dragon.
If they want more Drakes, all the power to them. It's not an Infernal or another Mountain, but
Well, maybe Blue will trade Drake for Baron if they can. They're looking for it, but they can't really actually attempt it now that they've been spotted by the pinks. A charm has been landed from Mick, but nothing more will come from it.
looking for a lot of power and potential here. This could be the way the game swings. It's still very close in gold lead, and turrets are even, so...
Yeah. Jason doesn't have teleport up, so he can't really go bot, just push it out. So he has to actually group with his team at the moment. Nothing more he can do. They're just going to play around top side just for the Baron. Make sure no one gets it.
You got a very breath-holding moment. I don't know which word I was going for there, but breath-holding is apparently it. a tense moment in which any team could potentially win the game.
And they're trading Dragon for Baron.
And they're trading Dragon for Baron. This isn't looking great. Mick is there. They don't have crazy damage, so they will have time for cold plays to come. The knock-up of the Baron might be able to do something here. Incursio, Mick actually flashing in and instantly dying. What was that from Mick? Incursio, the Lulu ultimate. I can't even tell what's happening. Everything's going down. Huge fights. The backline is being destroyed by Lord Furion, but in return, the backline of the other team was destroyed by Incursio. A triple kill for Amumu, who may now actually fall. Incursio and Horny Vinter could try for Baron, but they don't have the damage, so they're just going to go top.
Yeah, they're just going to see if they can actually get that inhib tower before the Volibear decides to go up there to defend it. That was actually not the way I expected the team fight to go. I was expecting it more to be favoured to red side. But it looks like Incursio with the Death Dance can now survive like a ton of damage from Jinx.
Incursio goes in and Furion does the same, and they sort of trade spots, and Furion and that go backline and kill Minge and Akelzalite, but the same for Incursio, killing Lucidity and OKQD, which is a lot of that team's damage, so...
Yeah, also, plus there was no peel for the Fed Jinx, so kind of
not a super uneven trade, though, considering Coldplays do get Dragon, and they did manage to stop the Baron, so there is... Yeah. If they can get a push going, the gold lead is not really going to matter because it's very small. And in team fights, it's more like the gold lead is virtually even, so it's more about those important players on those teams, which is Lucidity and Incursio. If you can bring them down, that's so much of the damage from those teams gone because they have the most gold by far. Especially Incursio on 14,000 gold already, and he does find the Scuttle Crab. Unfortunate for Jason.
Unfortunate.
And I think that fight might have been a bit of a throw because Mick flashed in and found absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and then ended up just getting murdered by the Aatrox before he ended up going for someone else.
Yeah, I don't know if I really agree with Proto Belt at this point. Higher impact item would probably be better because he's not really dealing a lot of damage.
Yeah, maybe like a Twin Shadows or something just to slow them and keep him off of the Jinx if he ends up missing his charm. Or maybe like a Morelos just for Incursio due to his heal. No one's buying any grievous wounds at the moment, so Incursio can just sustain it up easily.
Yeah, and Mick will find some damage but gets chained up, doesn't go down, uses a Proto Belt to get out. both teams going to be posturing around Baron again, and we may see another team fight. And if a team fight is more decisive than that last one, it could decide the entire game. So
yeah, it's currently 30 minutes in, so this team fight will probably decide which team gets Baron or which team gets the inhibs.
Yeah, that could be the all-powerful swing. Otherwise, this game has been very close in gold, and that will be a massive swing here. Mick does manage to find the dodges, actually. Gets a bit of a charm out. Good play from Mick to avoid getting killed by Incursio, but he actually just walks straight back into him. That was very dangerous. Mick, what are you doing? That was so dangerous. And he's going to go down. Mick makes a massive misplay after managing to dodge, and in the mid lane, meanwhile, Adjacent will fall ever so slowly, but he will fall. Mick did go down, and now Lord Furion is being chased under the tower. Nice to sidestep there.
That was not a good idea from Mick.
Nunu's looking for it. He finds the knock-up onto Lucidity. He's not able to dodge. He has heal, and he goes down to the Yasuo. Horny Vinter goes in, finds Lord Furion, but not an amazing play. He's going to go down to the tower, and now his team are stuck behind enemy lines. But here's Incursio. Instant kill onto OKQD.
Yeah, once an Aatrox gets ahead, he becomes unkillable. But if an Aatrox is behind, then he'll just be easy to kill. So this is just not looking good for them at all.
Yeah, Mick manages to dodge, and then gets too full of himself or something there, just walks straight into Incursio and dies. Like,
I think he was just busy trying to stop him from actually entering the team fight.
Yeah, and that obviously not a great idea when you die.
Yeah.
But here, Coldplays will find a return kill onto Nunu. I mean, hey, that really did not go well for Coldplays, but they do find the return kill. And the game is certainly not over, because Baron was not decided. So Coldplays, though, have fallen behind, have the Drakes. So let's see if they can get a slightly better playoff here than that team fight. Jake getting picked by the Nunu into Yasuo combo was a little rough. That sort of decided the team fight, because he got no damage out. It wasn't really a team fight either. They just dove under tower and killed everyone. So... But yeah, if Jake had been alive and unscathed, but he didn't have flash at the time, so there's not really much he can do if he gets hit by that Nunu.
Even if they get all the dragons, they can't really do much at this point, because they're not playing out their fights properly, positioning correctly, or doing any of those sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but they have shown it already this game, so there is definitely potential for that. Yeah. I think they just got caught out with their pants down, really, at that point. And
yeah. They're just getting hit too much.
FastFF have been playing these fights better so far, so no flame on them. CP finally grouping up here. Trying to see what's going on at Baron.
Nothing really gonna happen though, because we all know they're just... Wait, no,
Lucidity though has GA, and it looks like FastFF actually do want to try for this Baron. They seem to be very iffy about it. Prelaw, the only one still in the pit, and here comes CP. They actually find the enemy jungler. He's getting flipped in, but the Nunu ultimate surely will be in here. It's not actually charged, the Mumu ultimate finds a lot of stuns, but Incursio is in the fight. They've got to take him down before he gets a takedown. That's the GA revive. Minj in trouble in the backline. Massive double kill from Lucidity, and Incursio will fall as well. Triple kill, and Coldplays find their fight.
Oh my lord, that was just... that was crazy. I think Lucidity ended up just not being touched at all. He managed to find a good position where he wouldn't get touched, so and not fine for him.
Exactly the win condition they needed for those team fights, and he finds a huge, massive rocket onto the enemy backline to finish them both off with one auto.
Yeah, Incursio also did kind of throw due to not entering the team fight quick enough.
And when he got in, he wasn't able to find any assist or kill to get his Aatrox revive up, so he used his GA, and then when he got up, his ultimate was not there, so very unfortunate. Good plays out of Coldplays, the stuns coming out from Amumu, and the CC were able to stop him from really being able to do any of that fighting and do what he needed to do to win that. And now they will push with Baron onto mid. They've already taken the outer turret there, and they're pushing onto the inhibitor tower.
Currently just pushing, nothing more, nothing less. They could have just probably end up maybe pushing another lane as well, so then they have double the pressure. going like a 4-1. But now they have to just back off because they can't really siege with everyone's wave clear there. Plus, Aatrox deals a ton of damage, so you can just wipe out those Baron creeps easily. Looks like they're gonna start bushwhacking.
They're gonna start a bushwhack here, but decide to back off rather quickly.
No, they're all just gonna hang around the tower, just making sure they don't get picked off and pushed in due to that pick.
With the inhibitor down mid is the harder lane for them to push. Not really, but it's a hardish lane for them to push because of the super minions coming. They should have really pushed the side lane as well.
They should have, they should have pushed side lane plus mid, but they're just too busy jacking off in mid, just trying to see who can have it, who can make it fly further.
But hey, they found their fight. They found the gold they wanted, and they've got the lead back with 5 Drakes. So we'll see what happens. If they get Elder Drake, the team fight power from Lucidity and stuff will be insane. So they're actually going to posture around Drake and get vision set up nice and early here.
Looks like a pick might happen onto Mick.
Yeah, Mick in trouble, does use his dashes, attempting to get out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Volibear is going in, getting CC'd quite a lot. But Lucidity is finally in, doing a lot of damage, gets the ultimate, does find Minge. Freelore flashes, almost betrays a Calzalat with that flash.
Almost. They wasted a bit too much on trying to pick off adjacent there. That was like
he just ran in and tanked it all up, and now he's full health again, so...
Look at that amazing heal.
And meanwhile, Mick survives the gank in the top lane.
Yeah.
Don't really know why they're trying to pick Mick over other members of the team, so...
Yeah, they should be attempting to pick off, like, maybe their bot laners, because their bot laners are pretty fed, and they're the reason why the team fights work.
Yeah, but here, Lucidity, now full build with GA. He was 3 items with GA, 3 crit items in GA before, so he got a full item after that Baron, he got a lot of gold after that huge team fight.
Now they're going to attempt another bushwhack.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot of gold lead now, 4k in their favor, so any team fight, anyone who walks up to this bush, unless they block everything and run instantly, is going to eat a lot of damage, and they are looking to
They end up
contest the
bushwhacking the wrong bush, because everyone's walking around the safe way.
And they might find Minge. Lord Furion almost walks in the Minge. They don't actually find him. They're going in, though, and they're going to pick Freelore, but his ultimate is charging. Lucidity gets out of that. Minge now in big trouble. Lucidity will try and pick him. He finds the Nunu, but the huge ultimate from Vinter, and Incursio has his revive. Lord Furion, the next to fall. Lucidity will be taken low. He's going down. Horny Vinter finds him, and Mick is all alone in the world.
That bushwhack was a major throw.
There was no reason to bushwhack, by the way.
Yeah, there was no way.
Zero reason to bushwhack. Just go to Dragon. They cannot engage on you. You will win the Dragon fight.
Yeah, it's either go to Dragon, push out top, or push out bot, because bot's already at the tower, or they could just push out top.
Fighting them in the narrow jungle, after the bushwhack fails, you just have to abandon the fight, because fighting them in the narrow jungle, when adjacent can land everything, and Horny Vinter can land everything so easily, it just means death, and that is a huge throw from Coldplays and a terrible call. Sorry to Flame, but that was awful.
Yeah,
it was just
very
the worst
awful
call
play
I have ever seen in my life.
Why would you do that when there's like 2 champions that can just easily land their knockups in that tight zone?
Yeah, and now, I mean, they don't get Baron or Elder Drake, but they do find 2 inhibitors, and Minge will actually be picked up in return. It looks like flash for flash. He is actually trying to get away. Manages to kite back to Incursio. Good play out of Minge with his Bork there. And Lucidity's rocket picks him up. Incursio does have his GA up still and is going to cast his ultimate. Lord Furion just going to keep on chasing. Does not find the bandage toss.
Yeah, adjacent just kind of backing out on that, just makes the fight a bit worse because they can't actually re-engage without his flip.
Yeah, but he's healing up now with Ocean Dragon, so he will be nice and full HP. I think they should, with the double mountain, they should try and melt Elder while the enemy are in base.
Yeah, they should melt Elder or... Well, actually, yeah, Elder, because Baron's spawning another 20 seconds at the moment.
If they get this Elder with 5 Drakes, the team fight is ridiculous. Lucidity will murder everyone in like 2 auto attacks.
And they're going for it right now.
They're going for this Elder. They're going to get it, I think. They do find the Elder. A bit of a late smite, but it just doesn't matter. The Burn picks up the Scuttle
Now they're just
Crab.
going to walk over to Baron. They're going to grab that free Baron uncontested, hopefully.
So they almost have like 3 to 4 Mountain Drakes worth of power because of Elder here, and that is disgusting. They're going to destroy this Baron instantly. I don't even think Incursio will get there in time. The Baron is over. It just got destroyed.
Yikes.
That is the fastest Baron take in this entire Rumble, I think. That was disgusting. And they're not sure whether or not they want to fight. I don't know why they're all cancelling and then uncancelling. Lord Furion goes in, finds a big stun, but the Wind Wall is blocking Lucidity. He can't do any damage, so he flashes over the wall. Why did they cancel their back so many times?
They should have just kept their back down, because clearly their top lane's being shoved in by the
They
super
find a
minions.
great double buff, but now they're going to lose Lord Furion for no reason.
Now they can't
Primo-
really...
Whoa!
What
Primo,
the...
the Elder Dragon Burn is too big. Okay.
Yikes.
Lord Furion manages to take one with him. Elder Dragon and Leandri's doing that one for him.
Doing him a good one.
Yeah, there was no reason for them to lose that. They pressed back and then cancelled their back, and then pressed back and then cancelled their back, and then pressed it again and cancelled it again. 3 times they cancelled the back. Like, just back. Wait, it's 4 seconds. You will get out, and then you have flash anyway. So just channel it. There's no reason to fight there. But
Yeah, but now Lucidity has no flash, so they can just jump right onto him
Yeah.
easily in the next team fight.
that's not good when his GA is down, but that will come up hopefully. I mean, that's still quite a while before that's up, so they've got to be careful, but they are still in the lead. Still a good play out of Coldplay is to get both of those with the double mountain and just force it. That was the right call, but yeah, they lost Baron on their jungler now, and they lost Flash on their AD, and it's just, like...
It's a bit bad. Their jungler has no flash either because of that, so he can't really flash onto the backliner if he misses his Q or lands it on the frontliner.
If Incursio and Vinter can find a venue to get onto Lucidity,
they just win that fight.
they will probably win the fight if Elder Dragon expires, especially.
Yeah, because right now they don't really seem to be doing much. They're just running around like headless chickens, just farming up a storm
They
for
should
no reason.
They should be 1-3-1 and playing safe,
Or at least just shoving down top, because that's also a pretty good spot to push down, because bot's already been shoved all the way to the tower.
Yeah, they can 1-4 or 1-3-1 here, and it'll probably be successful. Like, now they've got an avenue into mid, maybe. It's just... They seem to have been a bit inactive on the map for a couple of seconds there.
Yeah.
Just wandering around in
Their
their
elders
jungle.
already ran out, and now all they have is just a Baron buff. So, less jacking,
Yeah,
more whacking.
Bit of a waste, really, but I mean, hey, they're trying to do something here. Finally, they're getting a push going.
Finally,
in
they
LA.
decide to push after they see
They
everyone
are.
bot.
They have easy inhibitor. Surely they go for this inhibitor. OK Cutie is calling for it. Adjacent actually teleporting. They might even go for the base race here.
They could actually, because Adjacent could just tank the tower.
Whole enemy team is backing except for Lulu, who has
No
Lulu
idea.
stopped her back and walked around a bit and then channeled it. So they're not going to have Lulu for a little bit here. It looks like she will back in time.
They probably should have just had at least one person still shoving down top in case they end up all backing, which they did.
Yeah, this is very potentially close.
So many throws, so many bad decisions.
It's just, yeah, both teams have made a lot of mistakes, but Coldplays have almost lost the entire game off of some of them, and it just quite hasn't happened to them yet.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes soonish, because it looks like if they end up collapsing on top, then there might be a fight happening.
Yes, they are going to go for this push. Nunu could potentially find a good engage or get himself killed here, and it might just be the latter. He's channeling the ultimate, though, very tanky. Here comes Incursio over the wall. Yasuo is looking for a good ultimate. Amumu ultimate finds many, and it's popping off. Incursio's going in. He's trying to find the back line. Horny Vinter is on a killing spree. Pre-Law goes down. Adjacent is going to fall as well. It's all over for Coldplay.
Or is it? Mick with the backdoor. What is he doing?
Wait, but
XPK.
Mick with the backdoor. I didn't even see it.
No
The
one
fight was
noticed
so
the
clever.
backdoor,
I
boys.
can't believe it. I was not
Look at
even
him
paying
go.
attention. I was so focused on the fight, I didn't see it. Somebody
So
called-
were they. They were all
There
so
it goes.
focused. Luckily, Mick with his int to win strategy knew what to do next.
what a game. There is no way Coldplay should have won that game after that fight.
Yeah, that's why they lost the
somehow-
fight, because Mick wasn't there. Well, I mean, they would have had a bit better, but it would have still been bad.
Yeah, they just misplayed the fight and got screwed over, I think. I don't think Mick's presence, because he wasn't doing a lot
Yeah.
of damage against that team. Like,
So-
Nicasio has 2 MRs.
He can deal a lot of
But that-
damage to towers, though, just because it's AP.
Well, after, like, 3 retarded calls, they make a good call for a backdoor,
Finally.
and it works out. It
Yeah.
finally works out for Coldplays.
That was actually nice of them. I mean, smart of them to actually have someone backdoor.
So that's really good for them, because if they didn't win that game, they were tie-breaking to potentially get out of semifinals. But Coldplays will claim 4th seed in the semifinal bracket and will now participate in the 3-man tiebreaker for second place. And second place gets to avoid being side-picked by the top team, which is me. So,
Amazing. You're so cool.
all right, well, I mean, hey, off we go. Let's get the hell out of here. And I'm going to go flame Coldplays in their team chat.
Alright.
But also congratulate them.
Yes, of course. See y'all next time.